But again, the story is Raul Jimenez with a goal, amazing header goal for Raul Jimenez. Herc, it's a question we've been waiting literally years to ask here on Football Americas, but this time we ask it with real conviction. Is Raul Jimenez back?
Listen, we would all love for Raul Jimenez to be back, right? But we have to take into consideration that it was only 2 games. Yes, 3 goals, and might I add, not the goals that we are accustomed to seeing from Raul Jimenez. By that I mean the house special, which are penalty kick goals. But the goals we saw from Raul Jimenez pre-David Luiz incident. And I'll start off with Nottingham Forest. Fantastic first goal, opening goal. And then the second goal, the way he receives the ball in between defenders with a delicate touch, the way he shows his strength in between defenders to literally stiff arm one into the ground, eliminates the goalkeeper by bypassing him, and then has the audacity to backheel it into the empty net. That looked like pre-Raul Jimenez, that confidence, that swagger. But this header goal, this is vintage Raul Jimenez. This is a Raul Jimenez we've not seen since that unfortunate incident. I actually think it's the first header that we've seen for Raul Jimenez since that incident. It looks like he is back. The confidence is there. The feeling is there. The goals and being dangerous are there. But I ask you, at the expense of who is it there for? He's 32 years old. If you're telling me people are going to be excited about Raul Jimenez finding his goal-scoring form in the Premier League at the expense of maybe blocking or being the starting 9 instead of a Santi Jimenez, it's going to get tricky. I love this Raul Jimenez. I really, really do. It was a career cut short due to injury that we're starting to see come back. He's never been that player for the national team. So at the expense of who are we going to see this form come at?
I don't think he's back, because I think we need to all remember just how good he was before the injury, right? He was very, very good. But this is by far, Herc, this header goal, the closest I felt to saying Raul Jimenez is on his way back. Even the other goals, when they started, when they'd be from Mexico, or when it'd be in a cup game, or even the goals in this little streak, didn't really feel like the true Raul Jimenez of old. This header goal, which you're correct, is his first header goal since September of 2020, feels like the old Raul Jimenez. It is a fearless, it is an instinctive header. He's blind to where he's heading the ball, which is exactly, Herc, if you remember, how he got hurt when he headed David Luiz's head. Here he goes blind in the box, heads it in. It's a brilliant goal. It makes me feel like Raul could get close to the player that he was. As far as the Mexican national team, it's a good problem to have, right? You'd rather have a Raul Jimenez in form to be a second or third guy on the depth chart, as long as it doesn't continue. Because if he continues to score goals in the Premier League, what you're saying is right. Jimmy Lozano's going to have that problem of the media saying, you got to give this guy time, when we all know that the future is Santiago Jimenez. And it's crazy to think that you could say it's a problem to have too many good forwards, but we may be going there with Mexico, because Santi hasn't proven it at the national team level. Once he does that, the Raul question goes out the window. But right now, that door is, if it's not wide open, Herc, it still feels cracked open. I just don't know if Raul can continue this. I don't know, 1, if he's got it in him, and 2, I don't know if Fulham's going to let him, because they've been linked to, among others, pretty much everybody in the winter transfer window, including Santiago Jimenez. So Fulham has to keep giving him minutes. But if they do, and he keeps scoring, that's a good headache, I would say, for Jimmy Lozano.
Yeah, let me just talk about Fulham for a second. Listen, Fulham, the last couple games, they've been outscoring teams. They've been putting a pounding on teams. Tim Ream's not been there for that. Maybe opens up a different question down the line, a different road. But Raul Jimenez has. So forget about whatever links you saw. But if they have a player in-house right now that they're actually spending money on it, they don't need to spend more on, and they think he's regained form, that goes out the window. He will stay the man as long as he's putting the ball in the back of the net. As far as Jimmy Lozano, listen, Jimmy Lozano was giving him opportunities even before he was putting the ball in the back of the net. And if you look at Jimmy Lozano's most productive forwards, I hate to say this, but it has been Raul Jimenez. I mean, it has been also Henry Martin. It's maybe not been Santi Jimenez, even though we all want him to be that player. That could be circumstantial, because you need to be on the field to have those opportunities to get those goals. Maybe he's not been on the field as much as Henry Martin or Raul Jimenez, but Jimmy Lozano has given these other 2 forwards more time.
So it's his first header goal we mentioned since September of 2020. It's his first back-to-back Premier League games, Herc, with a goal since October of 2020. And how about this? It was match number 150 for him in the Premier League. So congratulations to Raul Jimenez on a great weekend there with Fulham.